Hello everyone, happy Tuesday. It's time for another episode of Tuesday Live at 5. This is Lena Gersa. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Cambridge, Ontario, Canada. And today I am so excited to share with you some sweet projects made using the Sweet Candy Canes bundle from the Stampin' Up! July-December mini catalog. Now, this catalog is on its way out, right? We only have a few weeks left to purchase from this catalog, and on Thursday, the last chance list goes live and the promotion starts. So, what happens then? Well, some of the products in this catalog are going to be discounted, and I mean discounted, including the dies that coordinate with the stamp set, so part of the bundle that we're using today. So, I will talk more about that, but the dies will be on sale on Thursday as part of the last chance promotion. I think they're on sale for 20% off, which isn't a huge discount, but every little bit counts, right? And you're going to see how great these dies are and how well they coordinate with the designer paper. So we are all about sweetness and Christmas today. How many of you have actually got your Christmas lights and your Christmas decorations up? How many of you started some Christmas shopping, maybe on Black Friday or Cyber Monday? I have no Christmas decorations up because I've been too busy. I did do some Christmas shopping, however, online yesterday on my lunch hour at school. You gotta grab the moments when you can, right? So the last chance promotion, which starts on Thursday, is a great chance to snag a Christmas gift, whether for yourself. I do this all the time. I'm out shopping. I see something that I like. I buy it, give it to my husband or my son to wrap it and put under the tree for me. I do it all the time. That way I know I get what I want, right? I'm not getting a vacuum cleaner for Christmas. So that is something you may want to think about on Thursday. The fact that you can maybe snag some things you've had your eye on and sneak them under the tree. Also on Thursday, I know a lot happening on Thursday, December 1st, we have our clearance rack being updated. So there will be some new items added, retired product, including some of the dies from the Perfect Pairs promotion from earlier in the fall. So if you missed out on getting coordinating dies for some of our stamp sets, this is your last chance to grab those. They will be on the clearance rack, probably at pretty good discounts. I don't know. I haven't seen the list, but I will be as surprised as you on Thursday. So the moral of this story is you want to log in early and check out my online store first thing Thursday morning, because all of the deep discounted items are going to go fast. Okay, so you're going to want to get in there early. All right, so let me pull up my video here on my iPad so I can see who is joining me. Who we got? All right, I see, oh, there's Louise and Jill. Hello. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Krista. Hi, Jill. Oh, lights are up outside. Yes, mine are too, but that's only because my husband did it. I haven't had time to do anything. Hi, Cheryl. Christmas shopping is done. Joyce, I am so impressed. That is amazing. Okay. All right, Louise, no decorations yet. You have your list for Thursday ready. Yes, I have a list too. So I'm trying to decide whether I actually set my alarm and get up like as soon as the sale goes live, or I let myself sleep in until I get up anyway. I get up at 5. So here the sale starts at 2 a.m. So I think I should be okay. We'll see. Anyway, we are all about, as I said, the Sweet Candy Canes bundle today. So I'm going to flip the camera so I can stop yipping and yapping and show you some projects. Okay, so here we go. See if we can straighten this out a little. I'm a bit cockeyed today. There we go. We'll get the lamps out of the way. All right, that looks pretty good. Okay, so Sweet Candy Canes bundle, page 10 is part of the Sweetest Christmas Suite. It's a super or mega suite in the holiday catalog. Fantastic DSP. Now, sadly, I don't have enough of this DSP left to show it to you. I have used so much of it, but we are going to be using some of it today, and we're going to focus on the bundle. So let me get this out of the way. Stamp set. We've got candy canes facing in both orientations. Love it. So we don't have to do the mirror stamping. They're also slightly different. So the design of the candy canes is a little bit different on the two images. We've got this cute little mistletoe and then lots of great sentiments. And then we have coordinating dies. Love this background die. I actually shot a reel that we'll post on Thursday. I will show you the project at the end, where I showed you how to create a plaid pattern using this background die. So stay tuned for that. Love this tag die. You're going to see that one in action. And then, of course, dies that cut out our candy canes and our mistletoe. So that is our bundle. Let's get to some stamping. So our first project is this one. So I posted this yesterday. Love the classic Christmas colors in this. Now, I do want to mention this die, well, or not die, embossing folder. Let me pull it out here. The Merriest Frames hybrid embossing folder is going to be one of the items that is going on sale on Thursday for 60% off. Now that is a deal. That's going to go fast. So if you have not yet got your hands on this product, it's actually a carryover product from last year's holiday mini. It's fantastic, gorgeous embossing, but also dies to cut out the embossed image. You're going to want to log in early, 60% off on Thursday. Okay. All right. Hi, Martine. Hi, Deb. Hi, Penny. Welcome. All right. So we're going to do some layering to start. So this embossed piece started out just as a 4 by 5¼ inch piece of basic white cardstock. As I mentioned, I embossed it using the Merriest Frames hybrid embossing folder. I'm going to layer that on a piece of garden green cardstock that is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Okay. So that's going to give us our nice little border all the way around. I'm going to use a bit of liquid glue here just so that I can wiggle this into place. Make sure I get a nice even border. So we'll pop this on just like that. Ooh, this piece is a little long. I think we might need to give that a bit of a trim. My garden grain's a little on the long side. I'm going to grab my little mini guillotine here. And we're going to trim that off just a bit. What happens with the 3D embossing folders is because they etch the image so deeply, it actually causes your cardstock to shrink a little bit. So if you want to avoid that issue, you can actually cut your cardstock just a smidge, and I mean a smidge larger than what you normally would want, and you will be able to keep it true to size when you emboss. Okay. All right. So we're going to take that and we're going to layer it on a card base. This is real red cardstock, 5.5 by 8.5, scored in the middle at 4 1/4. So we'll just go ahead and fold that along our score line. And then we're going to layer our embossed panel on the front of our card base. Doesn't really matter which way is up with this embossed pattern, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. So we'll get that centered on there. There we go. All right. Now we are going to bring in some of that beautiful DSP. So this is some of the Sweet Candy Cane DSP. Or Sweetest Christmas DSP, I should say was what it's called. Now, sadly, this DSP is not going on sale. The sale items are basically dictated by inventory. So there's not a ton of this stuff left, so it's not on sale. It is die cut using the Stitched Rectangles dies. It's got a great stripe on the back side. And then I have a piece of garden green cardstock that is cut just a little bit larger. So I could have cut a larger rectangle, but I didn't want to cover too much of my embossed pattern. So I cut a piece that was just a smidge larger than my DSP. So this measures 2 3/8 by 3 3/4. Okay. I will put the measurements up if Facebook lets me. Last week, Facebook just did not like my video at all and made it disappear. Thankfully, not before I had downloaded it and could upload it to my YouTube channel. So if you were looking for my live from last week here on my Facebook page, it's not here because Facebook decided it didn't like it and deleted it. So you will find it on my YouTube channel. Okay. If you missed out, we were using the Spruced Up bundle last week. So you may want to check that out. It's got some Christmas card ideas. So we're just going to center this layered DSP piece over that sort of embossed rectangle in the center. It's just a little bit larger than the embossed pattern that's there. Okay. And then we've got some candy canes here that we have, or that I have. We didn't do it. I did it. I die cut them using the dies. So these are the dies that are coming on sale on Thursday. And these are cut from the DSP. So there are 2 sheets of this candy cane pattern DSP that coordinates with the die set. So we're going to go ahead and stick these down. I'm going to pop them because, well, I'm me and I like my popped elements on my cards. So I'm going to put one down. So we'll stick this guy down here. Okay, now this one, when I go to stick it on, I just want to make sure I'm not putting a dimensional right where it's going to overlap, because I don't want it to kind of bump up. I want it to lie flat. So I'm going to put one right at the bottom and then a couple up higher. And that will just make sure that it lays flat on my card front. So we'll just add maybe a bit of tape there. Make sure it sticks flat. Okay, and I'm not worried too much about, you know, make sure they're a perfect X or anything like that. And then I have a banner. So this is one of the Christmas banners stamps. So Christmas banner stamp set. I've stamped it in real red ink on Blushing Bride cardstock. Okay, so then we're going to go ahead and stamp the sentiment. Now this sentiment is also from the Christmas banners dies. So these dies, or this bundle, the Christmas banners, is intended to coordinate, I'm going to move this a little closer to me, with the sweet candy cane, right? It's all part of that mega sweet in the catalog. Gotta love it when there's lots of cross coordination. So this is going to layer over top of my candy canes like this. Before I do that, I'm going to add some of my greenery here. So I have a couple of little sprigs that I've die cut, also using the Christmas banners dies. So if you have one, like the Christmas banners dies, and you don't have the sweet candy cane ones, Thursday's a great chance to pick up the complimentary set. So we're gonna add one sprig, and I might need to put a little bit more tape on the back here, and we'll add our second one. Okay, and then that is going to layer across my candy canes. I'm going to put dimensionals on either end, again, because I want it to lay flat and not bump over my previously popped candy canes. So we'll just pop this on. Right about there looks good. Okay, and then we're going to add a bit of bling, because every Christmas card needs to sparkle. So I haven't replaced my blue goo end on my take your pick, so I will use my pointy end for now. I have to get a new blue goo end here because it's out of goo, which is not good. There we go. So some little red rhinestones to act as little red berries or even Christmas lights, and there we go. Quick and easy Christmas card. This one would be an easy one to mass produce. I actually had this on offer at my October Christmas card buffet, and it was the first one that sold out. It was a popular one. Now on the inside of this one, I just added a basic white panel, stamped some of that little mistletoe stamp, and then one of the sentiments from the sweet candy cane set. Okay, so there we go. Done and done. Number one out of the way. Let's move on. Number two. Oh, hi, Judy from Wawa. Welcome. Number two is this one. Now, this one uses a fun little technique where I used the dot-to-dot background stamp as a stencil. So I'm going to show you how I did that. So this is just a piece of white cardstock that it looks like Swiss cheese that I die cut using the dot-to-dot dies. Okay. And then I'm going to just bring in a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of white cardstock. And I'm just going to turn it sideways, and I'm going to lay this across the top of across my cardstock. Now it works best. It doesn't have to be even. But if you're going to do it off, then you want to do it like intentionally off. So I'm going to try to do this relatively straight. Okay. And all I'm going to do is take my blending brush and my Pool Party ink. And we are going to ink up our brush, and this is super quick. Okay, we do not need to apply a lot of ink here at all. It's supposed to be really subtle, almost looking like snowflakes falling in the background. Okay, so if I was super careful, I would be taping down this little piece. I could be using a bit of washi tape to hold this down, or even some Post-it notes. But hey, let's live dangerously on live video and see what happens. All right. Let's see. There we go. We have just a delicate little snow flurry. Can you see that? So it's just a really subtle little bit of texture in the background. Quick and easy way to do that with that fun background die. Now for the rest of this, it's super simple. So let's pull out our little bits here. I've got a lot of them. these all out of here. There we go. All right, so I have another pattern from the Sweetest Christmas DSP. Okay, so we're going to glue that along the bottom edge of our stenciled piece. I'll just add a little bit of liquid glue. Hi, Cheryl. Welcome. Let's pop that on. Just like that. Okay, and then we're going to add our candy canes. So our candy canes are just going to get glued flat in the background, and I'm kind of purposely doing them not even, okay? This would be a great one that you could actually use partial images from the DSP if you have parts of the candy cane that's cut off along the edge. This would be a great way to use up those bits. So we'll do one here, and a little bit of glue, and another one here. Okay, this one's going to be a bit higher. Okay, now we are going to take our little tag. So this is that fun little tag that is included with the dies, and it's actually intended so that you can actually thread this onto a candy cane and make it a cute little favor. But I love threading ribbon through it and using it sort of as a ribbon slide. So before we do that, we're going to stamp our sentiment in real red ink. So it says candy cane kisses and candy cane wishes and mistletoe kisses, which is such a cute little festive sentiment. So we're going to stamp this on our little tag here. Oh, that's really crooked. Let's flip her over and do her again. I should have done a test run. See what happens when I don't do a test? This sticker is mounted very crookedly, so I need to intentionally rotate this a bit. Oh, that's too far. Let's do another one. Hang on, girls. We're going to grab another one. I can live with some things. I can't live with something that crooked. That's bad. So we're going to cut another one. All right, I'm back. Did you miss me? Okay, let's try this again. This is for all the marbles. Let me just do one more practice. Okay, it's got to be offset, but not too offset. Ha! There we go. Third time's the charm. All right. See, it happens to the best of us, guys. Crooked stamping happens. It just is a thing. All right, before we thread our ribbon through, we are going to add some little sprigs of greenery here. So again, these are cut using the Christmas banners dies. So I'm just going to poke out my little bits here. Get rid of these little negative bitties. And then we're going to add a little bit of seal to the back of our tag here. And then we're going to just add our little sprigs. Okay, and once I have those on, then I can go ahead and thread my ribbon through. So I'm going to come in from the top on the right and then up on the left, just like that. Okay, so that's going to go on right about there. Now I am going to pop this up. So I'm going to flip this over, add a couple of dimensionals. Well, maybe 4. Because there is ribbon there and ribbon needs to be secure, right? I'm not addicted to dimensionals. Yes, I am. I really am. All right, so we're going to pop this on right about there. Looks good. Okay, then I'm going to take these ends and add a couple of glue dots. So one on one end. And one on the other. There we go. And then that is going to go on our garden green card base. So this is a 4 1/4 by 11 inches. Okay, scored in the middle at 5 1/2. So we'll fold that in half along our score line. And then we're going to pop our card front onto our card base. And center that. Just like that. Okay, and then we're going to add a cute little bow. So this has been pre-tied. So we're going to just pop that on with a glue dot. And no one will ever know that we didn't actually, you know, fussily thread that ribbon through and tie our bow. Okay, and then the last little touch are some festive pearls, which have finally come back in stock. If you've been waiting for these, they are now available. Thankfully, they are carrying over because I love these things. I've actually become a little bit hooked on them. And there we go, done and done. Okay, now on the inside of my sample, I did add a basic white panel. And again, similar to the last card, stamped with my little mistletoe stamp and added a sentiment. Okay, so that is that one. Our last one is a fun slimline. I always like to make a slimline card. It just gives you a larger surface to work with. And because these candy canes are quite large, I thought it would be fun to do a slimline with several candy canes. So here we go. Totally non-traditional colors for Christmas. Are you one that likes peppermint candy canes, or do you like some of the fruity ones? There are lots of different flavors of candy canes available. I know the peppermint is kind of the thing at Christmas time, but I do like some of the other flavors. So we're going to start with a piece of Pool Party cardstock. This is 3.5 by 7 3/4. Okay. And we're going to start by stamping our little mistletoe image several times around the edge, starting with Pool Parties. We're doing tone on tone to start. So I am just going to stamp this a bunch of times all the way around the edge here. I'm not being super careful because we're really just sort of creating a bit of an effect. So I'm going to come all the way around. Oh, I have a kitty knocking at my door. She's not very happy that the door is closed and she is on the other side of it. She thinks she should be in here with all of us. Can you hear her? I don't know if you can hear her. She's meowing rather loudly. All right, so there we go, all the way around, okay? Then I'm going to come back with some Coastal Cabana. So it's just a shade darker than the Pool Party. Okay, we got peppermint for Deb, peppermint for Joyce. Any votes for fruity? Anybody like fruity candy canes? Or am I in the minority here? Clearly I am. Maybe I'm the only one that likes fruity candy canes. So I'm coming around here again with my Coastal Cabana. So I'm just kind of creating this sort of little border of foliage here. All the way around my panel. Almost done. You're watching me do a lot of stamping today. There we go. Okay. Now the last little touch here to pull this all together is to come in again with the blending brush and a little bit of Coastal Cabana, and we're just going to blend around the edges with the Coastal Cabana ink. And that's just going to darken this down a little bit. I should have probably brought my Bermuda Bay. So if you are in a hurry to add sort of shading, always go a shade or two darker. So you could do this with the Bermuda Bay and it would go faster, which is kind of what I was hoping for, but you know, that's okay. We'll just, you watched me stamp, now you can watch me blend ink. Peppermint for Tracy. Tracy says, hi Stella. It's actually Phoebe that's at the door. Stella has a sister named Phoebe. We adopted them together. They look very similar, but they could not be more different. They are total opposites personality-wise. Stella is a snuggler, sucky, like just wants to be around her people all the time. And Phoebe is a little bit of a diva and only wants to be around people when she decides that we're acceptable. And right now, apparently, I'm acceptable because she's making a lot of noise on the other side of the door. All right, so there we go. There is our background panel. So to create our card, we're going to start by actually gluing our, no, we're not going to glue our card base on. I almost made a boo-boo, but I stopped myself. All right, let's pull out all of our bits here. So I have several candy canes that I have stamped and die cut ahead of time. So this one is stamped in Fleur de Flamingo. This one is in Coastal Cabana, and this one is in Fresh Frisia. I just love these sort of soft pastel colors for the holidays. Just a little bit of a different take. I grew Stella in a pot. Yes, well, I grew 2. You saw that post, eh, Tracy? Stella is just a little bit nutty. She does like the most bizarre things. She's also the one that gets herself into jams. She's not the smartest little diva, but we love her to bits, and she is certainly queen of our households. So we are going to get rid of our backings here. We're going to pop all of our candy canes up to start. So they're just going to kind of be trailing down our cardstock here. I can't talk and stamp at the same time. I got distracted talking about cats, and now I don't know what I'm doing. This happens all the time. Talking and stamping is a bad combination for me. All right, let's get this one on. We're going to overlap this just a little bit, right about there, and then we're going to add this guy. Just again, making sure that I'm not putting a dimensional where the candy canes are going to overlap, because we want them to lay nice and flat. So, oh, she's getting aggressive now. She's really banging on the door. She's not impressed. All right, there we go. Hopefully it's not so loud that you guys can hear it. All right, so then I've cut some fun little sprigs. So again, these are cut, this particular one is cut from the Christmas, using the Christmas banners dies. I've cut it from some of the red and white glimmer paper. So this is also going to be retiring. Don't think it's coming on sale, but I could be wrong. So I'm going to tuck one of these little guys in behind here. I'm going to have to trim this down a bit because we have a dimensional in the way. So this is going to kind of get tucked in behind there. So I'm going to add just a titch of liquid glue to my little die cut here. And we're just going to snug it in behind our candy canes like that. Okay, we're going to add another one sort of down in here. Again, I'm going to cut off the stem so that I can kind of nestle it in there. I'm actually going to cut off this little bit too so that it can nestle in there just like that. So again, a little bit of glue. Martine's a peppermint girl as well, eh? No fruity candy cane lovers. I am a unique one, a one and only. All right, so then we're going to add some of these little mistletoe sprigs. So these are stamped using the stamp in the Sweet Candy Cane stamp set and die cut with the coordinating dies. I love that there are 2 dies for each of these, or for this stamp image, so it makes it quick to cut out multiples. So we're just going to slide these little guys in along with our sparkly die cuts. I'll tuck that in there just like that. Okay. And then we're going to work on our focal image. So our focal image is kind of down here with our sentiment. I'm going to set this aside for a minute. So I have another one of our little white tags. And this time we're going to be stamping Christmas cheer, which is also crooked, but that's okay. I'm going to remember to do a test run and we're not going to have a fail. All right, so let's ink up our Christmas cheer and we'll do a test. Nope, that's not working. Too far. Ooh, there we go. Okay, let me do another one just to make sure I know what I'm doing. All right, so we're gonna aim for almost straight. There we go. First time's a charm this time. All right, so there is our sentiment. We're also going to add just a little hint of our mistletoe. So I'm gonna ink this up, stamp it off, and just add a little bit of the mistletoe along the bottom so we don't have a naked sentiment. Okay, and then I have one of our wonderful snowflakes. So these awesome laser cut iridescent snowflakes are also coming on for 60% off on Thursday. So you can get behind me to snag a bunch of these because I'm going to be buying a bunch. I love these. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of seal to the back of my tag. And I'm going to adhere this. Okay, now I want to make sure that I can still get my ribbon under here, because we're going to be threading our ribbon through here again. Okay, in fact, we're going to do that right now. So let me grab, this is some of the Pool Party sheer ribbon. This is in the annual catalog. So again, I'm going to come in from on top. Okay, Cheryl, if you want to try this card, I will have the measurements up after I complete my video. It'll end up in the video description, so you'll be able to know exactly what dimensions you need to cut, and you can give it a go. And then you have to share it with me so I can see what you create. All right, so let me get my little candy cane arm out of the way here. We're going to thread this through. Okay, so there's my ribbon. And I'm giving myself way more than I need, keeping in mind this is a slimline, right? I don't need a ton of length on my ribbon, but that's okay. More is better than not enough. Okay, and then we're going to come in with a couple more of our little sprigs. So these guys are going to kind of feed in through the hole here. So I'm going to kind of pull my ribbon out just a touch so that I can tuck these little sprigs in. Okay, so one's going to kind of go in here. So we'll go ahead and secure that with just a touch of liquid glue. Stick that guy on. Okay, and then we have a couple more of our little stamped and die cut sprigs. They are going to nestle in there. I'm going to actually use a glue dot on the back of this one. A little bit easier to maneuver than liquid glue. So we'll tuck this guy in here. Okay, keeping in mind that our ribbon is going to get pulled tight. And then this little one is going to tuck in under here like that. So we'll add another glue dot and tuck that in under there. So we have our little arrangement. Okay, now this is going to go across the bottom of our slimline. I'm going to add a couple of dimensionals, again, to either side of where the candy cane is going to fall, because I don't want it to bump up. So I'm going to put one over here and kind of one over here, making sure I don't catch my ribbon. I need to pull that tight. Okay, we'll get rid of our backings. And then this is going to go on right about there, hopefully straight. Okay, and then I'm just going to take and wrap my ribbon ends around the back and secure them with glue dots again. So again, a little glue dot there, wrap it around, and another one on the other side. Oh my goodness, I'm all thumbs today, you guys. Good grief, you'd think I was new. All right, there we go. Okay, we're going to glue this onto our card base, and then we're going to add a bow and some bling. So this card base measures 7.5 by 8. Okay, so we are going to layer our panel on the front. I'm going to use some seal this time. Get that on there. Yeah, it is fun to change it up a little bit, Cheryl. I agree. It's fun. You know, lots of people get lots of cards in the mail. At least I hope they do. I'm not sure how many people send Christmas cards anymore. I certainly hope that's still a thing. I certainly do. And it's always nice to get something a little different, right? And I also love that it's going to kind of stand up and tower above the standard cards that people are displaying on their mantle or wherever. So I'm just adding a couple of extra mini dimensionals under here just to secure my little sprigs a little bit better so they don't catch as they're going in the envelope. And then we're going to tie a cute little bow. So this pool party sheer ribbon ties like a dream. Super easy to make pretty bows. Any kind of sheer ribbon like this is really nice to tie because you can pull such a nice tight knot that your bow just looks so pretty. See? So we're going to take and trim our tails. And then that is going to go on with a glue dot. So let's just press the knot into a glue dot. And then that's going to kind of cover sort of that little messy bit there where our sprigs are. Okay. And then we're going to add some bling. Now these sadly have sold out. I love these sequins. So we have the Coastal Cabana and Fresh Frisia, which works just perfectly with our color scheme here. I could really use either color, but I'm using the blue, the Coastal Cabana, self-adhesive sequins. Gotta love the bling and the the bling and the sparkle of these. So we'll add one more down here, and there we go. Done and done. You like that one? I love a little bit different color scheme at Christmas time. So there are our 3 projects. Now I'm going to show you the one that I referenced earlier. This is the one I did a reel for. It will post on Thursday. But this is the one I'm talking about. So again, non-traditional Christmas colors. So still red and green, but lighter shades of both. So to create this plaid background, I used this die. okay, to create a stencil, and then created my plaid. So you'll have to check out that reel. Super quick and easy way to create a plaid background for your projects, but there you go. All right, girls, I hope you enjoyed these projects. I hope you check out the sale on Thursday. There are going to be some steals of a deal, but you're going to want to do it early, okay? Set an alarm. It's kind of like Black Friday, but Stampin' Up style, okay? So you're going to want to make sure that you are ready for that, okay? All right, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me today. I will see you next week for another episode of Tuesday Live at 5. Bye for now.